Hi everyone, my name is Rhianna Hemm and I'm the CEO and owner of Pride in the Truth. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes just to share a little bit about my story and just tell you what my passion is and why I even started Pride in the Truth. I basically grew up in the church probably around the age of 9 or 10 or so, and really developed a relationship immediately with the Lord. I joined worship teams as a musician, um, and just got involved. I mean, in every aspect, in every area of the church, I was involved with the youth, with the worship team, with everything I can possibly get my hands in. And I would say probably around the age of 8 or so is when I started to really understand that I had feelings for other girls instead of other boys, and knew that I was kind of different from the group. Um, but I wasn't able to share those feelings. I always felt kind of growing up in the church, um, kind of fundamentalist home. I really felt like I was not able to share my feelings, my questions, um, just all that kind of stuff. I felt like homosexuality was one of those sins that you really didn't talk about. You really didn't hear a whole lot about, and anything that was said about it had a very negative connotation to it. So I never felt comfortable sharing how I felt. Um, Basically, all throughout, I would say my older childhood into all the way through until probably my young adult life, I really struggled a lot. Grew up and went to a Christian junior high, went to a Christian high school, and then off to a Christian college. And throughout all of those years, had many, many emotions and feelings. Like I said, that I really felt like I had a lockup and was not able to discuss with anybody. Throughout those years, basically just struggled very much internally. I would cry endless nights. I would pray and just ask the Lord to just take away these feelings because I was so embarrassed, I was so ashamed, and I just felt like there was something wrong with me. And I knew and just at that time believed that I wasn't going to go to hell, that it was a matter of me coming to the point that was it was I going to just be who I was and lose my relationship with the Lord, or was I going to remain in my walk with the Lord and have to lose who I knew He created me to be and in who I felt most comfortable being? And basically, it wasn't until probably the age of 24 or so that I actually decided, you know what? All throughout my childhood, I really believed that homosexuality was a sin because I was told that, not because I ever did the studying by myself, not because I was ever um, challenged the scriptures whatsoever. I basically just grew up believing what was told to me. So really, at the age of 24 is when I decided I need to know in my heart what the Bible actually really says. Because I knew for myself that for 16 years or so that I had struggled with this, that I had prayed endless nights, that I had just pleaded with the Lord to take away these feelings, and I still felt the same way. And I still had been in multiple relationships where I didn't feel like I was being myself and feel like I had to act a certain way and be a certain person that I wasn't. And so basically, like I said, around the age of 24 or so is when I started to really challenge the scriptures for myself. Throughout that time period, really drew me to Shaw Ministries is around that time period when I started my search and kind of mid searching period for me. And through that DVD and that theological deep study of understanding the historical and the cultural um, differences than I had been taught, basically really allowed me to be free, allowed me to realize that who I am is who I am, that the Lord created me in His image, and therefore how I was in the womb and how I am as a young adult and who I am as a person is exactly who He's called me to be. Because I knew in my heart of hearts that I was the Lord's, that I was called to do great things for him, that I have a gift in leading worship that's going to bring people to the Lord. I knew that I had a calling on my life, but I knew that I would be miserable had I married a man and done something that was against who I was as a person. And so basically that kind of brings me to where I'm at today. Where I'm at today is freedom. Where I'm at today is I know exactly who I am in the Lord. I know exactly what my calling is in life. And basically what I feel is that doing this study for myself, knowing who I am and being confident in who I am as a Christian, as a lesbian woman, basically I want other people who are struggling to be able to experience the freedom that I have right now in my life. I am happily married to the love of my life, Brittany Yelland, who I have prayed for my whole life to feel the way I feel about another human being. And I know that the Lord made her for me. There's no doubt in my heart and there's no doubt in my mind. And basically, Pride in the Truth to me is my way of being able to share my story and allowing other people to experience the freedom that I have. Because the freedom that I have right now in my life and have experienced is knowing that I am fully myself, but I'm also fully the Lord's. So I just pray that this business, that this ministry is a blessing to you. I pray that all of our testimonies and what we have to share with you opens your heart to really understand the truth and really know that you are a child of His and that you're called to be great and to be excellent in all that you do. So I just pray that somehow, some way, that I can make a difference in your life, whether that's personally or just even through the computer right now. Maybe we'll see each other in the future, but if not, God bless you all. Thank you so much for taking a couple of minutes and listening to my story. And I hope in some way or fashion that I was able to make a difference in your life tonight. Thank you. God bless.